the things them we go make salon no go before. Today, now the 7th day of July 2022. On Saturday, we be get somebody now we don't taste more, we be the try forget to ram. But finally, connection be able for make through the internet, not through the power grid, not salon, but not through the internet. So for tonight, we have to hand over this platform, Guy. One of salon most talked about na the cyberspace not too long ago when Dr. John Idriss Lahai. Welcome to Share Network Radio, Doctor.
Yes, so my brother, thank you for getting me into me fambul them. We did listen any sounds you there. I say cabo to you, kushe.
Okay. Most of we na the cyberspace, not so say na secret way. Just this bento can be here. They say, oh, somebody na whistleblower for fake degree. What's in the go on? Da. Tell we small udana Dr. John Idriss Lahai. Introduce yourself to we. You come inside one big room. We just want to know udana this young man with this broad smile where they enter inside this room. There, introduce yourself for we.
Fambul them. Me na young man. We grew up in a very constrained environment. I struggled against all the odds them when life threw at me for Lambuk. And me, a Lambuk na the Americas, in Africa inside Salon, in the Americas, and then in Australia. And I'm so passionate about my country. And I believe say we go only get it right so that some of we the pains, sufferings we'll go through in life instead of sugar, would use ORS as sugar during revolting. They want to remember January 6th, first month they just meet up with that time day. And I don't want situation like that again for repeat. And how we forget our right. Now the work where we have don't sacrifice me yourself now because I not say no easy and I don't go through so much and I believe say if una dey read me name una for just know say that somebody we really put in country before just like how the national pledge will just don't hear it what is say. So I'm not going to repeat myself again about the Buklani side, about any side, just no say no more. This is John Idriss Lahai, so when a Dr. Lahai, it pain am. So na pain na inde na me heart. Na pain na kawit na ya. So na so I go introduce myself.
Okay. So tell we small because we learn say you be teach na salon or you lecture na salon. Tell we small about that experience there.
Yes, after where I don't go learn book na the United Nations, then university, I go back na salon, I go na Frabe College, I lecture there, and the experience actually was mixed in the sense that I get student there, all of them, or at least 99.9% of them, they were committed. They want for Lambo, but we get a system, a bureaucratic system, we not been really ready, for accommodate the likes of we. We young, we, get passion for go back now we countries, we don't say, okay, we don't go land at the diaspora, make we return to Africa, me say, okay, make I go home to Sierra Leone. Then, the tensions were there, especially with the boss who have been get at that time when I had the current minister for tourism, when I fake degree holder, Memunatu Pratt, it was really not easy, for go through the hurdles, where some of we been go through, because you can imagine we lecturers, they would run for fan class, they compete, they block yourself in the road, push yourself, say you wait for center class, now you student and they come inside. and they been force me for the whole most of my classes them, at the later end of the day or very early in the morning or mostly on weekends. And the funny thing is now I'm big motor car, big American engine motor car when a V8 engine now be the drive. Every day I be the driver and they go up there, they go do me own best. But 1 cent, one salary, not come me your way, and I not be used to the waiting I be because we will be left there. I be feel say I go come, things go don't change. Now the same chalk and blackboard. If you student then if I'm 99%, I would say 90% of the hand I make where I be the lecturer, if I be one of the largest classes that now FBCD, they don't even know it in a computer. And this is not just like 12 years ago. They don't even know it in a computer. Pastor go down, spend me your money, print out, note them, print out my lessons in there and I give them. They were so constrained, and but by the end of the day, then they all over the world now. Some don't they don't experience new model of delivery and we then go now with man country. Now then they meet up. Some go Australia, University of Melbourne, that was so many years ago, go do public policy, call me and tell me thank you. Later on, they join the World Bank now Washington DC. Others they right now they work for the US foreign aid department, Baku, some don't join the military in the US, the UK, some the Australia. So most of my students them, they do well. And one of them, now the one who I end up married. We ain't back on, don't turn doctor today. When the Nene Bar na Fula, she was one of my students, but I tell God thank you and that at least, if salary not come out safe, I able get a wife. And now after a while left they actually now yana more and yana while Saturday
Because now they have one
because
touch.
and yeah because I know it's in ethics,
Okay.
because why I don't lecture na FBC, I decided say it was too hard for me and I know we able cope. So I be return go Australia, there and then now they I tell them say I one time if I me mama I was away. The mama na go married and for me to people them, then me we married kick off,
Okay.
but
So
but
you left after the lectures na FBC. You left. You come now Australia. Then you been get for go back for go find job na this administration. Tell me about that.
Boko all man, the thing wetin I want to is let's start
Mm-hmm.
over Mulengeta now. Not to me big salon government say una can give me job.
Okay.
I remember whilst I was in Australia, in fact, the current chief minister when JJ Safar, I call him at that time he was Secretary General of the SLPP. I say, I don't come Australia and there is no SLPP party branch. Now Australia, the Australasian region. I say I want create them. And I say, well, yeah, last week one guy with they call Staffy with the Sydney, they don't reach out to me. So una go join together, make una go do it una they do. I always be don't maintain that I am always SLPP. I always don't be don't maintain. Even when SLPP was in opposition, the current president now, by then, he was not yet His Excellency, Madabio, at that time he was in London. The man, they call me personally on my mobile phone, send emails to me. We they talk, they tell me thank you for the hard work where they do, because it was just all about nation building. It was all about me trying to make my own contribution. So I go London. That was not even part of me. I don't even be they think. My big brother in London, where they call Palmo, So that time I be in Australia, you know. So I go London. Okay, that time I be dey work with some Australian organization them because it was a global agency work, but my station na be in Tanzania. At that time I was working in Tanzania. So I come out, we come for a conference now, Australia and capital Canberra. Now I say, okay, I want to take leave. I don't want to go back, na Tanzania, just from it has been a while where I been on, left Australia, I don't come see and going back to Tanzania, I actually needed to rest because I don't do so much work, inside Tanzania. I say, okay, make a fly go London. I fly go London for go find my brother. after 2 weeks stay in Australia. Now London a day, na one man, when I in the foreign affairs, foreign relations, and liaison officer, where they call Abdul Bakr Masali. They say, do ya? Say David Francis. By then, David Francis was chief minister. David Francis, do ya want see you? This were, we are really constrained in terms of the policy aspect of we work what they do. Now, State House, we need a director of policy, because Fambulen will remember, say, during the NPRC days, not the days of the military man Madabio, but during the days of the military, Hunza, during the days of Strasser, the director of policy in our State House, it was Tijan Kaba, who later on can become president.
Okay.
And during the days of Anes Koroma, it was Professor Strasser King, I think. Yeah, when I've been principal at FBC. So having the directorate of policy in a state house, it has always been for academics. It has always been for people we come off from academia, or we come off from policy practice, because the John Kaba, in as much as he will not be bookman, but he come off from the practice side. So then call me and I say, when una want me la come. I didn't say, well, if you go to report safe on Monday, now I say, but today Sunday. And I say, Paduya, come.
That's in the you didn't at the
brother,
UK. Where you be go
I
find
didn't
it well.
UK. Yes, I sit down inside Palmo here in Palo. Come. Now I say today Sunday, when I report tomorrow, I say na London a day. I say not to like go a day. Then I say, Pa, farewell you come. There and then, not to me beg them all. This one, to me life, to me country I so love, to me mama in grace. Pa, you understand? To the Al Quran, becoming a practicing Muslim. Now then call me. Not to me, to myself say, I go, they go fair work. No. And then say, hey, Dr. Lahai, you don't make so much impact on the world. You don't write books on policies. You don't write books on governance, on this and that, not to just one or to two, many books. And you they advise governments, you they advise this, come home. Now I say, okay. I say, so how I go do this here now? Now then say, come no more. Now call.
Now then buy tickets for you?
No, pa. Now my brother tell me now, say, okay, well, I call Alaji, that's my other cousin at London. Make Alaji talk to that one of a man where they sell ticket them, you let them cut ticket for you. Now I say, okay. This was just about giving. I was gainfully employed. I was making sober money. Well, I say plenty money. I didn't make sober money. Say, for example, this is not just an example. After tax, I was getting over $10,000 a month. Then the job when I salary they want go give me was basically between $2,500 to $3,000. But having worked in East Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, just because even whilst I was working in Tanzania, Mogafuli, I was supposed to be the head of the whole project. But the man of blessed memory, I come for admire for one thing. In elect you come out with your brilliant idea any side. It give you 3 weeks or at least a month for make sure so you train the local somebody with the winner in Tanzania and with the day. So we went there 3 weeks, we delivered everything just because the guys were already competent, then they became the heads. We be just they being normal now. They do policy directives, but signatures and everything, they are the ones where they be put because the man was so nationalistic and he put in people learn before. You need to come up with brilliant ideas before our overseas or they fund you or World Bank or IMF or would I ever send you? No, now Tanzania and they head, So I was tired already. So that was it. So me and Alaji we talk, Alaji we got it. Now the man tell me, say, the routes where you want pass for left, if you want reach tomorrow Monday, it will be too much for you. So we cut half tickets. I end up for pay $7,000 because from London to Turkey, from Turkey to Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Ghana, Salone, all within 12 hours. Nada waka there for waka. because I say within 24 hours, and I work there for worker. So I reach now na salon immediately. After we mean they don't talk, we have to pack my salon, don't talk. Now I left. While I left, I get this crazy thing, I reached na salon. In fact, it was on the morning hours now for Tuesday, yes, for Monday, but now the morning hours now for meet up Tuesday. So I go, I get me own places them like house, this one a salon, but not in the focus now. But I not be ever give tenant notice or whatsoever. So wait till I do. Now normally, opposite Lumley, that Regent Road, opposite that Eco Bank. One big garage they. One big garage they. So my brother, Palmo in London, is sabi the man we get him. So now call the man. If the man I don't know name, I don't forget. But the man go attest to it. Now the man tell me, say, okay, come, I go keep I think a third floor. Now come. Well, reach no more. Now they from Lungi, now they I go there. I was paying $1,000 a month. The man go attest to that. Opposite Eco Bank. So I freshen up, then I go to State House. Where I go to State House?
The first day.
I meet David. The first day,
Okay.
I meet David Francis. At that time, I go say, now wait, I wait for him. Now wait for an office at him. If you don't claim up, because in the floor lower, you go see president. So I wait. President, after I don't see president, will come. Then they say Dr. Lahai don't come, It was, beautiful exchange, thanking each other. And, because when Bookman and Bookman meet up, we know the level of how they talk. So he give me a complimentary card. Now I tell Papa Kramasali, say, take this man, take Dr. Kerango, let go see the Director General for Compliance, when Edward Kamara, the Okna UNDP safe, that not since that they all together for the work. So where W. Masali take me we round. In fact, where I go na the East Wing, I seen at the Domot, Professor Strasakini name still lady. I say they're not polite. So 9 and 10 me say they need to renovate the floor, because the whole floor at the policy directorate done the status, because policy planning, strategy and research, that directorate there for head. So now I enter inside Edward Kamara office. I enter inside Edward Kamara office now. We introduce to serve this one. The man all of a sudden, the man in countenance changed. And then man they for say no one see anybody around that for be.
That's not Edward Kamara.
Edward Kamara.
So
as you don't know,
I
my
want
office,
only first. In be the part of this exchange, you said them be they force you for go tongue.
He was not part of it.
Okay.
And president and president and chief minister they're not supposed to inform themselves.
Okay.
Because he was not going to be my boss.
Okay.
He was going to be a colleague. When they put policies then together, you understand? They do research for government, be it mathematically informed, statistically informed research. Because as a researcher, I know just write policy without I not do research. That is what I do. That is what I do for a living, and that is how I've been able to write so many books. So where I don't do my research, I'm supposed to make policies, them present them to chief minister. Chief minister go take her now. He can go to cabinet. If cabinet approve him, if not, we not get for go to parliament for do whatsoever. When cabinet don't approve him, then send and go to each ministry, department, and agency for implementation. During the implementation now they in the Edward Kamara, they come in now for look whether or not then they comply with the policy where I don't put in place. So he was not going to be my boss. Okay. He was going to be more or less like a follow-up officer for me. So he became jittery. So I sit inside the office. Now I see the guy will be the act tentatively. We go to University of Bradford, Abdulaziz Toure, we in the act as acting director of policy. Where you look at the credentials, I even lay my hands in degree journey, I even lay my hands on one of the assignment paper them. We right now Bradford. I was so disappointed that they even think for put that man in that type of position. No wonder State House was in a mess, and therefore David Francis was more or less angry, and was looking for someone who can take over. So as I enter inside the office, now I see me and David Francis, I say me and Edward Kama we don't talk for a while. Now I see Abdulaziz already he was sent, that already sent out on leave. They already don't inform me say now they don't send her on leave, and that then they make her now join the mainstream civil service, and likely then go post and go na Ministry of Development and Economic Planning. Now I say okay. So I sit down there. Now in the Abdulaziz enter inside the office. Now Edward Kamara, this I'm not making it up. So my life to this son where the over me, Now they in the Edward Kamara say yeah, he say na Abdulaziz this so he say na the man this so he replace. Now I say really? Now I say yes. Now I say good. He say I just send and self. Edward Kamara they tell me so.
Okay.
He say I send and go afford. He say I send and go foreign affairs. Let go take me passport for me. I want go holiday. Me service passport. But me mind now say a whole director of policy like they send. Yeah, now they send errand boy. Look the security then. He passed 10 soldier man there where they na the step, for claim up. Go na the floor. I say whole director of policy. I say, so what thing this guy be they do? Where be the work as director of policy? What thing really this guy they do now? I don't say anything. So after we don't exchange everything, there and then the man became they try for intimidate me. Now this they try for talk big, he don't work na Bangladesh, he don't this one. Just set me up. That's why they talk and so even know I even don't provide advice, policy advice, to the current government at then by then the government na Bangladesh through two students them where I be the supervised Prodip and Shafi. They are Bangladesh. Shafi Mustafa, in fact, me just don't write book on violent extremism, where they come out and before December with Palgrave. Then Prodip, he was also one of my other students. So through them, I created already a connection with Bangladesh, and I was providing policy advice to the Bangladeshi government. So when they try for make hype, I just look and I smile and not say anything. So I forget about Agona House. So
that's
not
day one. Day one, eh?
That's not day one.
Okay. Continue.
So Agona House now. Now they in the Abdul Bakra Masali can meet me. Now he tell me say, Doc, in fact, he drive State House motka. He can meet me. He pack the motka. Now the Anosa Eco Bank in a Regent Road. Now he cross the street. He claim up. Now the house also are rent already. I don't pay $1,000 for the first month.
Yeah.
Now yes, now he can meet me. Now I say, Doc, he say he go. Yeah, he say I go be too expensive for you. Now I say, Pa, I get house then. But I not give tenants notice for make it common in any of my houses them because the time people need for at least give them 3 months to 6 months notice, at least because some of them are cumbrade and according to the law. I say me just do bulldozing like how they do and So now he say I get me house, he say me house then a regent. He say you go able to rent them for much less. Yeah, you pay $1,000 a month. Where by the end of the 12 months, you don't pay $12,000. He say me, if you give me 10 grand, he say I go take her. So we negotiate, we agree, then I move. That I just did that house now, normally Regent Road, just for 2 days. The man, if he didn't listen, will attest.
Okay.
Get a number, I go give una loan, call her loan, ask him. So now move go na Regent, I go Dede. And then at the host na Regent, now not too now that bad flooding will be happen inside August. We damage. Asthma James with the radio 98.1. The host now close to Asthma James in host. Asthma James go attest to that because now just one host in the bill. They between me also have been they also have been rent to India Asthma James house. One big stone, a big past taxi the size of the stone. We see come up. It kind of broke all those, they kind of broke the fence, it damaged the part of the wall. So I was even living now in a house where the window them been pulled, the fence be done broke, Then one day we sabi Kaba Drive, na Regent, Kaba Drive. The one guy be there the way, in fact, in West, I be hire him as nanny for the clean me house, where they call her Power. POWE, and let's just let them say Power. In West, in West, be the work for me. I hire him as nanny, then I hire around 3 people them. Now that particular, just within, the between Asma Jameson house and to the Fullerman shop, then Bobo the way they did. I hire one for the, as gate man, I hire Power in wife as me nanny, then I hire the other one as me driver.
Okay.
So I be there now in the house with them. Then
but
later
that
on,
I want only first that you no get no appointment letter it, eh?
I don't get no appointment letter. They tell me say make a wait.
Then say wait, and then not be talk anything about reimbursing you money for the transport where you pay go. The air ticket we buy.
Nothing. And David Francis was already, when I be the chief minister, was already of the opinion that I already don't begin me work.
Without an appointment letter.
No, he believe say they are the candy.
Okay.
Are the candy.
Okay.
So where I don't move now, I don't go to the house there, I just try for digress a bit. I suppose for reports down at State House, because the man say rest. Where I don't read there on a Tuesday, the man aware of me, of the way I struggle this one. He say rest, he say the next Monday you go start your work. So me no say an appointment letter was already created and somebody somewhere within State House hold on to it. Okay. And they point me finger to Edward Kamara. So there and then, when I want to go to State House, now in the rush can meet me now OC. They say Professor David Francis say make a wait first. The first argument was they want to renovate me floor. So the Monday where I first start, no, they work the build, they don't make now cabal, because I remember whilst I was there inside what Kamara office, I hinted that I was going to the first move for let President Bio succeed. If any policy of government will succeed, that for make sure say we get the right people and at the right place within the civil service, and thereby I make a statement inside office that my first mission will be for verify every degree certificate of everybody, and law will make sure say if you do agriculture, then I will go put you in a ministry of finance. If you do gender studies, then I will go put you, na ministry of tourism. If you do tourism or theology, then I will go put you na ministry of political affairs. I say law we begin for put people then based on their academic backgrounds, then they go able to help, because if in another countries like the US, like the Scandinavian countries, then yes, you will say everybody go be a jack of all trade. But looking at, I don't get a stinch somehow, within the University of Sierra Leone, and know how curriculum then design them. They need to teach students outside, and besides the same notes, Gigba, where then be hand over to me late mama was the same type note where they hand over to me in million days. So everything was restricted. So I say, okay, since this has been the way how the university train the cohort of civil servants in the country, wait till we for do. If you say you do history, you go actually fit more like the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. If you do political science, the Ministry of Political Affairs, the Ministries of Political Affairs, Foreign Affairs, and Ministry of Defense will be fine for you. If you do, public administration, at least you could then a PSC, Public Service Commission. If you do something finance, accounting, at least you could then a Ministry of Finance and other auxiliary organizations where they deal with money, or within each and every MDS within the audit offices. So that was my plan. I say, oh, this was a bold idea. That was Edward Kamara saying this to me. Because as director of policy, I know just going to make big full policy. I know just make policy no more send up. Because I wait make a call on a big full policy, in the sense that I don't make me policy, don't nobody know day for implementer. So I say no. I say this I don't want we have developed a policy for government. the thing end up for be big full policy. I say so. Don't put the right people like that. So I think say then they immediately be ginger inside your head and then decide for form a cabal that no, we are not going to work with this guy.
So
They're not going to
then
work
go
with
meet
me.
you say Doctor Professor
So they say
David
yes.
Francis say
As I left State House on Tuesday, the Wednesday night then go meet me na say David Francis say yes, although na Monday I for start, then they renovate the wing, make our wait stay then done. Now I say, but this was not the arrangement.
Okay.
Me and the man who talk, looking complimentary card this one. Now I say, in fact, if he say make you not call him yet because him busy right now, so and so, so and so. So I took them by their own word because I thought, I feel the way they say new direction, and I see saying that what Kamara having worked for UNDP, na man we get decency, na man we before say no get swear, they lie, So I take a by your word.
Okay.
They don't that refurbishment no one end. I say don't know 1 month. Refurbishment no one end. Now then come back then tell me say one man they in a State House right now where they want send go na WAEC, so they want where they give an appointment letter now, then they now you back then they get together Lance Camaraba also. Yes, that was the name we then give me. Lance. They say Lance, then they want send Lance go na Abubakar Masali, then they do this, they can meet me. They say they want send Lance go na WAEC. So they want now then they give an appointment letter, let them give you appointment letter together. 3 months don't pass. Now I say, okay, so that time now, I'll be still able to continue for do, what I do externally, continue for supervise. So I was more or less say, okay, since Lala just use this time now at the time for rest, whilst I was working mostly on, online, I don't get modem then who's, Wi-Fi then.
Because Nanaba ask you that time we wait to them say then they do renovation. What were you doing? You be they still lobby to them say, hey, I don't come home, I didn't have the wait for now, or you be just forget about it.
So me, Mama Engrave, I not call them because there was no need. I not call them for tell them say, hey, are they wait to no.
Okay.
David Francis, if he afraid God, me they swear to the Al Quran. David Francis, even later on, after 8 months, and they can't decide it. He tell me, say, boy, call me, I give me complimentary card. Now, my mind now say, now when I call me from overseas for cancer loan. So it will be easier for long to call me from Regent Road for Canada State House. Not to me can rush for cancer job. No, not to me. Now when I call me, So I was doing my own thing, taking care of other family business, engaging in other housing projects, going back to my, to my village, go put solar lights now, every house, electrify the one old village, So I was busy. Okay. I was busy doing my own thing, So later on now, last this in transfer now, I me no Erinati again. And then they were faced with a policy hurdle. Edward Kamara, they needed to develop a policy, but I don't think if they understand or if it's ability for do. Now then call me. David Francis say let you come.
Then after when 1 month, 2 months?
After 2 months, now he send message to me say yes. He say yes. He say no, make this clear formal. Remember where for just this position is going on a political appointment. Mm-hmm. Edward Kamara for delay me. He sent an email. Let me formally express my interest. I said, how this for go so?
Okay.
After 2 months, now he say, okay, formally express your interest for this job. So the man take out on himself. Let's see how the criminal act. Why make President Bio fail? Now that is State House day. Now the President Bio fail. So now I say, okay. I said, if that's what they want them, I go do them. Now I express my interest. So I express my interest, I send them to them. 2 days later, now I send message say, you get for CACT exam. Now I say, really? I said this now. I said this now insult too. So I call Abubakar Masali. Now I say, me say, say me na foreign liaison officer. Now you man on a try day. That time the man don't develop a cabal. There were permanent secretaries, directors, everybody now we don't know now say this was what Dr. Laiwan can do for can shake the public service. So they all mobilized. So then call me in a State House, Agodi, governance advisor to president when Dr. Emmanuel Gaima was president, then call him. Because he not be even aware. They say, Tabia, come. Edward Kamara call in my office. I want to set interview for this man. Dr. Emmanuel Gaima was a bit, you don't really see my face say he's angry. You see, you really see and say, they try to send a message to Edward Kamara say, you a master's holder. You are not known in the world of academia. Then God will search your name and you picture no more than they see which you go to Biabia. Dr. Lahai, you search your name, you see policy books written published by the top academic presses then in the world. Now, man like Dande, you can't set exam for. Really? So I was there. We had a conversation, becoming we call it a conversation. More or less, it was a conversation whereby I was more or less lecturing him as to what he's supposed to do.
Okay.
Becoming not call him an interview. Because you could do an interview with somebody we at least which you talking, they understand that somebody we competent, but it was more or less like asking me this question. I was like, this is if not this question, this is how it's supposed to be. And if you want to achieve the goal by setting this parameter, this is the path which you're supposed to take. And that until you go through this path, so and so gonna go happen. If you want to do anything, at least go out in the street. Get 2-3 public opinion, get waiting people in the state, disguise yourself, go talk to the last man down there. Wait till it tell you, not go impose any idea. Just talk to him, let it tell you. By developing a policy where before say, it's informed in as much as in terms of the research you go do, the population you go interview, not go be representative of the population, but at least you don't get the views of the people. So if you insert that into any type of policy, you go able to make sure say you go get a participatory, implementation framework where people then will take part in it, where nobody not go feel aggrieved and you go able to do this. So immediately after the conversation, it go set an exam for me. It say then get a policy problem where they want to develop for solve them paper plastic then a street.
Not so something where na be reality them they try for get an answer for, now they try for use.
It was a reality. So you goodness in me, it was a reality. So all that interview was just a cover. They knew I was already there. They just wanted to exploit me. So Edward Kamara called me, can make a fake interview and fake exam. He said, let's develop a policy. For develop a policy, at least you need 3 months. Because you get for going at the field. That man, they make a crack me aid. I developed a policy for them within 1 hour. I handed it over to them. When I hand over to them, 9 days will go from you. 8 months pass. 9 then can meet me, then send Abubakar Masali. Abubakar Masali can meet me, say, David Francis, who was chief minister, say, let me go back, work another again for me. There and then they prompt me now to the Al-Quran, to me life. May God strike me dead if I'm lying. Now then they prompt me now where I send an email to David Francis. He read them immediately. Now he call me on the phone. Now he say, come now, State House, now come. As I reach no more, the first word is, boy, you left, you now me call you for camp work. There you tote road, you go overseas. Now I say, Professor Francis, who's overseas? I say, I not go overseas. I said, look, Abubakar Masali, na host, where sit down before you so. When you foreign affairs liaison officer. I said, na host, na rent, na regent. I say, Edward Kamara, me and you, they see every Sunday. I said, Edward Kamara, na lie, they lie to you. I say, Emmanuel Bakar Masali, I say, Abubakar Masali, na lie, they lie to you. I said, Kademaya can tell me, say, Abubakar Masali, for instance, to me life. I said, Abubakar Masali can tell me, say, you know, man, and David Francis had to tell so, because me, I don't like Congo, sir. I said, David Francis, Abubakar Masali can tell me, say, you know, man, we get bad that you don't know what you vex by yourself. So then they afraid for approach you concerning me talk. I said, Abdulpaka Masali, not also you go tell me, say, David Francis, now man, if I say this, you don't know where they vex by himself. I said, swear to you, God. I said, not to that, you go tell me, and not talk nothing. Now I say, you, Edward Kamara, not to you say David Francis say for set exam for me and for interview me. Now David Francis say, what? He said, what's exam done day? Now I say, they say you, David Francis, now you tell them, say, let them set exam for me. Let me go sit exam. Let me go through interviews. I never told them that. He said the only thing where I tell them was that since then they already, they don't begin to try to raise so much dust about you not becoming director of policy. He said, I sent them. This was David Francis telling me, was I got day, was I true day for talk. He said, I sent them for let them call you, they can be director of cabinet secretariat tentatively because we need somebody there whilst with the eye on how things and try to see waiting will be, waiting will be
the outcome of the position.
Of that policy day. I say Abdulbakar Masali will send for who tell me for can be director of policy. I say not tell me nothing. No. I say not tell me nothing. I say not tell me nothing. I say then can't tell you David Francis say me don't go back no long term. The way you send them for can't call me like go be director of cabinet secretariat. They no can't tell me. The only thing where they can with to me na form. They say make I go meet the minister of development, Dr. Kaikai. La go take any director position na the Ministry of Development.
Okay. How
did it happen was you remember where I start off this Abdulaziz who I for replace. The 90% go join the civil service start development.
Yes.
So Edward Kamara now wants the Bobo for remain as state house like the position of director of policy. So that's telling that he would send him as an errand boy.
Yes.
He would send as errand boy. So they want me now for go to Ministry of Development for go replace the Bobo. Now say one. I say do not tell me for can be director of cabinet secretariat. I say Abdulpakar Masali, me you would see not so now you also almost every week, every day, every other day, the for go bluff me, say you get host, you back your Range Rover, you candle, you waka inside the compound, you make me your life because as a tenant, you're not supposed for just the barge into the house for go and look the compound every day. I say all this now for just can bluff. But some of who we know they put on a social media, they go and bluff. I just they look at them and smile. I say this kind of kitchen knows. And this man they bluff with. If I show you me on there, you go sell this way, you make them turn on for coup, or you make them turn aside for main fall. So I just be always a set me more. So the thing they pain me now. Now say so now this and now play with me. And David Francis says I'm not sending for such exam for you. He said, I'm not send them for anything. But these guys, they needed because waiting that we don't do now for discourage me. Then because David Francis there and then I talks, he said, I'm not appoint nobody in a director of policy. He said, but all they do now, the policy work. So you see, so that particular exam, they needed that policy, and the best way to get it was to get me for can't sit that exam day under the pretext that it was David Francis. David Francis blame me now, say, but you can't at this country. Now me call you. If then see how they happen, you supposed for take phone, you get me number, you supposed for call me. I say, but when they mad they can't pull your name to me, say you na man we get bad that, you na man is it G3, in fact that you don't begin the system, David Francis don't begin to jealous you. Now I say, really? I say, that man can't tell you say you don't even begin to jealous me. So the man became so angry. So later on, I begin say now, Edward Kamara now and the other one they now at the office. Me no sabi there again, who done a deputy secretary now, who done a permanent secretary now, but me no know who that them be there.
So how that meeting, that particular meeting, how will be end?
Why they insist say me for going at development. Now I say David Francis, I say with all due respect, sir, I say this paper where they can give me, I say don't sign, wait till he read. Now he watch and I say, well, he say the document, because it was like just like a paper where they advertised the position. Then it was about to be sent to PSC, Public Service Commission. So underneath the paper say, those interested in so and so position within the Ministry of Development, forgo na Public Service Commission, forgo take form. I said, so if this paper also Abdul Pakram Masali can give me, he say na from you. Say I forgo na Public Service Commission. Now I point out of the window. I say, look, Public Service Commission. I say, no, they far from State House. Why make you, David Francis, want me now for broke the law? For go na UE building, go meet minister. We not in for recruits. Go tell us they can give me director position. And you and the minister go they work, you go get official vehicle, even what Motkase then go give Abdul Pakram Masali, they add invoice so now. Okay. Official Motkase. Now I say Abdul Pakram Masali. I say I get 2 V8 engine there inside me, it's not to so, and a private Motkase not to so. V8. I say I ever cry to any of Unana status now for fuel. I say me tank they always full up. Every week, at least I make sure say I put in 900,000 Leone's equivalent of fuel now each of me motorcadem. One for take me boy picking, go school na Matili, and the other one for do me open door waka. And I get driver where I dey pay. I get gateman, but after the fence be don't point now, the gateman will not be right again. So he be lay off. But I get nani when I power in wife. I get me driver. I don't ever ask Kunana State House for give me fear. So una pin say now Motukawe government they give me now in they entice me. Motukawe government they give me now V6. Me they drive V8 engine and now two V8 engine there. I they drive. I say so una no can entice me. I say so me no they broke the law. So I became angry. I raised my voice inside David Francis' office. I said, but this is a disrespect for me, sir. Una feel saying any kind person no more now we can't try for. I said, how now want take me? That for can't join una for broke the civil service school. I said, one una no one help me because everybody know na Sarah Leo say me na SFPP. What if other governments come? Then do their own investigation. They realize say I was not recruited into that director of position and Ministry of Development through the correct means. I said that government they go ask me go arrest me and then go get right. Then go take back, ask me for payback every salary and every benefit we had all received so far. I said, so now this one I want to do to me. I said, David Francis, you don't work in the UK. You were a whole director for a whole center at the University of Bradford. Call somebody, say, come, you don't interview them. Although you don't deny, say it was not you who send them for set exam for me in this one. But they don't interview me. I don't sit exam for this director of position, for this director of policy position and status. They all of a sudden, you want to send me go now. I say, what if we be director now UK? You advertise a position, somebody can take exam for that position day. He sits exam everything. Then all of a sudden you tell and say, well, the position now this office not right again, but they send you go upline one other position. They just go take that position day for free. I say the UK they go jail for doing that. I say why make you now want do that now? Yeah? Why now yeah, so now can practice waiting I know they do overseas. So David Francis became angry. Say me fiti I am, me not talk to him fine. So he let me complain to one of I will consider because he's the big brother now, lawyer Emmanuel Safa Abdullah. He say me not talk to him fine. So Emmanuel Safa Abdullah tell me, say, Padima, you behavior in a state house, we know the expect. Now give me reason. Now I say even at that, consider say we are Africans, you're a young man, do apologize to the man. So I write a letter, still get the letter. I write a letter to David Francis. I apologize for my behavior inside office. But I stated categorically clear in the letter that I am not apologizing for refusing to accept the position of director of policy. For refuse to accept the director position and Ministry of Development.
Yeah.
No, the cabinet secretariat, they not ever can give me that position there.
Okay.
You understand there? They not ever give me an. The position where they tell me say for go take now on a Ministry of Development. But I refuse them. I say because not a political appointment that day. When they send me from State House, go to Ministry of Development, go take director position. I say, and me what there was this. I say, okay, since the work na state house no dey write again because na Sunday I don dey see. Na this una listen to me what so. I say since the work na state house no dey write again because na this one I don begin see how all this while una dey play with me hanky tanky. I say, but una wan send me go na Ministry of Development for go be director today. I say make we understand one thing. Civil service job, I don't need political appointment. I mean, exact words than this. I said I don't need political, and I said I don't need political support from State House for any of them director position they are. I said this now Ministry of Development job. If I want them, they go take the form na Public Service Commission, just like anybody. I fill the form, I sit the exam, I go through the interview. If I am successful, I get the job. If I'm not successful, if all things being equal, I go no say, they not give me the job because somebody they were competent past me. I say, but me, no go come out State House na ya. I go all the way you building, go meet minister, just because they promise me say na me and the minister go to work directly, just because they promise me say they will give me motor car, and this one me go be the right hand man for the minister. I said, all them tia owner tell me, I say I know they go there. I say I know they go to Minister of Development for go meet anybody. I say the minister, if one let the minister wants expert, I say let go una recruit expert, but me, una know they misuse me. So I apologize for the way how I talk to David Francis. I apologize for the way how I raise my voice. But I tell David Francis inside the letter, say, I know they apologize for refusing to take your command for go work as director on a Ministry of Development. I say, I know they do them. I say, and going forward, I'm going to communicate with you. So I think the letter not go down well with David Francis.
The apology letter.
Now.
The apology letter.
The apology letter not go down well with him because him be expect me say I for apologize and apologize for everything, and I tell them say okay sir, I dey go na development tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I dey go take the position. I say sorry, I raise my voice. Sorry, I talk to you in a very I say because me actually don't want because this was not what I expected. You know, coming home, having worked to different sides for Leone try for come misuse me. I say so for refusing to take that command for good development. I say I not get no apology for that, sir. So he became angry again. When we watch now, the following week now, the State House website, they don't delete the Directorate of Policy come out na the organogram. You know, they again at the website. Because they will tell now, okay, now we see Director of Policy then at the website. Now you go about say, yeah, now I make still in the tower.
Okay.
So I did now in a salon, they do me own thing now, say, you know, I left salon, come, you know, me wait for the bond. That time, you know, na Boston, na America, me wait for the bond. In fact, I didn't quarantine self when me wait born, you know, na through WhatsApp video. I even name me picking.
You return finally on because of who you were for one born, now make you be returned.
Well, I mean, come see me where they born, but I not be expect that the quarantine thing will be so strict and this one. So after when me wife done born, I stayed for 3 months. Then I went back to Sierra Leone because I've been to do me own personal business now, and I was not even concerned again with State House. I be me have been don't commode now, you know.
But you be still in a regent. Na regent you be still tap.
No, I don't move go na one of my houses then I'm waiting.
Right.
You know, I don't move go na one of my houses then I'm waiting. In fact, immediately after that State House incident happened, where I come na the house because it was around the 8 months because na 1 year rent. I don't sleep na the house again. As I come no more, I tell them I been already don't give notice, you know. I've been already become the trainer for refurbish the house and everything. Make sure say if you know I want to do I get our go let come. So I've been don't move go down na one of my houses then I read na Hamilton.
Okay.
So yeah. So now my brother then now them be there na the house na regent.
Okay.
May not be there again. because the water no been there, the house, the man no be how the for let it frustrate me no more for long. I'll be back masali. Where that August train. Remember, I'm moving at the money. It was less than 1 month. Now that flood happened, that August flood, 2019. That man did not renovate that house there. I was in that house. Now, so the one of the floor with the net they can, so the wind they enter inside the house too. Rain they enter inside the house. The wind that them build those munko. The wind that them now so when the every breeze we can just shake the window come out for them. So one of the panel and one of the floor they not been get main window. So it was more or less like okay, this I need to renovate nothing at this house. Say this man are the frustrated take governor this house. So maybe already then at my house I was done because I know I'm pick a fight. Because me, if I pick a fight with somebody, I know they stop. So I just look at them and say, this guy say, I talk him. I say, an non-entity. I say, I know go fight. I know pick a fight with you at Papa Kramasali. So I be there now na me house, waiting canal for there I left. Because I tell and say, I will give you the $5,000 and I was going to remain another one until you fix this house, So later on, I wait 10 canal for this. I say, do anything whatsoever, for do this. So how me then I say, paddy man. So he go now, he go call one of the other paddy Siba, we get purposeful. Emmanuel Safa Abdullah, as a lawyer, but Emmanuel tell us there's a conflict of interest. You know my brother, John my brother, so there is no way I will make the thing legal thing. I will intercede between now look at no more now staying at the team paddy man. I say look you balance money. Now again, I say for the benefit of the doubt, look you balance money now again. I say I olam because I believe say that was part of the agreement that you are going to fix this house. I say, but since you fix her, you want to try for make drama, for bluff people and say you get host, wait for say the host seriously, the one say for a bill, where I been Obalunge 10 times beautiful and more powerful pastor. I said, so which exactly you want to try for bluff me with? I said, so just take your money. So I never entertained anything you want to try for cost me. I said, paddy man, I grew up in Brookfield. If I share Naya, everything go, you know, expect them. So then calm me down on WhatsApp, I block them. I won't be there a nuisance, but after we encounter, I think you understand what's up, and not come again for can't try for challenge me for do anything. So I keep my lane onto this very second where they talk to you. So this very moment where they talk to you. So yeah, just avoid them, because rather be in failure now inside state house they happen.
Okay, so this job you go in a salon, now you pay your tickets and you rent, and nothing, not the way you get for show for them, unless you personal business the way you do. So, whose side the urge for begin fame fake degrees come on?
Because the urge for find fake degrees, it was part of the thing where I promised myself say I would do as director of policy.
Okay.
This was something where I don't promise myself say I would do, I would do.
Because you tell we say the first day where you go on a status, you make reference to that one day. And you feel
yes, I make reference to that.
Okay.
Yes. And the passion stemmed from the fact that I don't make that promise this since 2014. Because now fake degree nurse, and I would say incompetent doctor now then kill me mama. Then do wrong diagnosis, when my mama die. So I be always don't get that thing in my mind. Say the day I go hold a position of authority for do that, I will make sure say I weed out all mal-educated and fake degree holders and forged degree holders inside salon. Make sure say I chase them to the point whereby not just for pull fake degree in their hand, but even sue them at court for pay back every salary, every benefit with interest, and then go jail back for waiting them do because forgery and all things a criminal offense. I said so I was going to pursue that thing. So it came from the death of my mama in 2014. President Bio, not even think of becoming president yet, And where I reached down at State House, the way how they behave with me, they just confirm everything. Say there was this need for it, there was this need to reform the public service.
Because some man they say now revenge, now you the revenge so now. because of
No,
the
no,
not give
not
you
to
job.
revenge. Oh.
Uh-huh.
No, not to revenge. Governance advisor to president. We get a genuine degree, a genuine PhD. Dr. Emmanuel Gaima will be a me witness. The first day when I reached inside State House, he was there inside Abubakar Masali office. Where I make mention of that. Not if the time where I make mention, the second time where I make mention of that was during the interview. But the first day when I reached inside State House, I did inside Abubakar Masali office. Dr. Emmanuel Gaima was also there inside State House. The first day where I land, where I hopeful said I was going to get me position a week after. Now that very good day, now make that statement. So then there and then. And after we I don't decide, say now, okay, for with this thing, I know say it was going to be an institutional fight. And I not get the authority because I know the position of director of policy planning no right again at State House. Because if you be don't right, I for be don't project me your idea, or if not the director of cabinet secretariat position be don't right, I for don't project me idea to president for don't take this day as a fight. So I knew I me feel say on as an individual, I'm not able to do this. So where I get where I get evidence, when I go na Telfala, anti-corruption commissioner in page, when I trace way back to March, April, and in kind of social media, he confirms say yes. Dr. Lai approached me, and he agreed it. Now he agreed the list. People in a Renaissance movement will be a me witness. I not take this fete here for say I will take me a fete now. People will say na revenge.
Exactly.
Where I get me evidence, I say Inspector General of Police with so many big people. I say look before advance list too. Now post on a Renaissance movement. Now I say then I take degree holders. I say Paddy, I take this fete here. I go be revenge. I go meet anti-corruption commissioner and in the Francis Ben Kenfala. Don't can on Facebook. He don't confirm him. He don't can on Facebook. He don't confirm him. Una ask him. He confirm him. He said, but what to make him not accept for do what I tell him. He said because me want use him to fight against me opponents. So now Francis Ben Kenfala na in give the impression to Istanbul then as I say na revenge. Oh, not to revenge because where I get me evidence, I can't wait to you. I say, can look the evidence for. I say, do ya now you know anti-corruption commissioner. Then people here don't use them fake degree also for put advantage on themselves for recruitment. I say this now act of corruption. I say to investigate them. No, I know they do one. You want to use me for fight against your enemy them. I say no. I say me auntie then at the list, Georgiana Kamara. My mama is small sister. My mama in your blood sister, Georgiana Kamara. Auntie Georgie, be they give me lunch. Why the FBC? Why when me mean I be students? I said this woman not to me enemy. I said na me own blood auntie. I said so this list they contain everybody, including me own auntie. I said so fetch this set here. That was why when I begin expose when I go back, the first person where I post, na me auntie Georgiana Kamara, where they open the office of the president. This woman give me lunch. Where I can go now, in fact, and I go to the office, I can go sit down. Auntie Georgie, they cannot host and they gonna host to give me lunch. How that woman they go be me your enemy? How I go fight against me auntie if not to my country I put to before?
Because that thing that they say Auntie Georgie, you be expect time for help you now status per the job because you not be greed one, so now making name all be kind inside it.
No, Auntie Georgie not even aware herself say I go State House. Auntie Georgie was going to be whose power Auntie Georgie forget for helping her status when she was going to be, a subordinate? It's supposed for again for if you be working for me, if they're not being play which na State House for prevent me, Auntie Georgie for the answer to me.
Okay.
Not to the other way around. So how you subordinate, they go help you forget job.
Okay, so now we hand over this document to FBK, Francis Ben Kenfala, and you be the expect him as the anti-corruption.
For over 1 year of it.
Okay,
back and forth.
Okay.
Back and forth.
So what
Back
make
and
you
forth.
come public now, finally, and say, you know what, I'm going to take the bull by the horn, make her just kind of the public, make her begin expose things then.
Well, like you say, where as the dom I reflect on this, now I say, okay, if them people here feel say, because me convinced, say somebody within State House go don't call Kelfala directly and tell us, say, no, entertain that guy. That guy, they would not tell us so many odd things them. So, but this government are not kind of power. They're not just bulldoze them way kind of the way, from London, from whatever it is, they kind of power. Oh, no. Now these are not people that vote for them. So what me do? It's very simple. I go to the people that vote the vote. I let them complain. What's that the best side for they complain? Now social media. And now one thing where I understand as a researcher, I know the social space. I know how for they complaining. I know how to make sure say we understand with problems, because this I believe say now one of the few fets that we don't last this long, because Salon will get that habit of bulldozer habit with problem can will vex inside 1 hour all man stop for vex. But if Salon man they really let themselves, because this fight is not a fight against individuals within the government. Now fight for the people. How many of we don't lost we mama them? How many people don't lost them papa them because that nurse go give wrong injection? If not get proper education, if not to buy a result, if not to faking degree, that nurse they no go tell me say somebody come to now for report high blood pressure, you go end up give an injection will increase the thing to a point whereby my mama it suffer brain hemorrhage, in brain is swelling inside and they don't know. It's swell to a boss. They still because they administer wrong treatment for my mama. My mama was a chief, that's so chief. It's still getting in kitchen. They still trying head. Oh, na chief, they know they lose it. The only mama head deep and big inside the kitchen. Nobody know. They just they administer the wrong drip them. Because I want this salon. Anytime when you go salon, let you go complain to tax na drip. It let you complain anything na drip. So let's salon man they look at this. They want the way they support fake degree. Right now, na blackouts they na the country. So
okay.
We always they wait
I
for
want
things
to take step by step, because we see say you don't enter different areas then. But I want to start with FBK. When this thing be come out now though, yes, where you take and come public now, people themselves can join you. They ask and say, why you not go do this? You go to the extent say you not go do and because you know they paying poor view, not to then they hire and for and da. Down the road now, it begin for can say, okay, well, let the people then go waiting, let them go do credential check. Then anybody who waiting safe at the end of the day, then cancel them, then parliament back join inside and all these things. The team even reach na BBC inside they defend themselves say no, not to walk down one day, not to then they hire and for. But delicate today now, I don't know. So when things begin unfold, what thing be you take as things be the unfold then day?
Well, me don't take by that the trade between the unfold now twofold. One, we get an incompetent, anti-corruption commissioner where in your understanding of the rules was blatantly selective, where in your understanding of the ACC Act, because if I relate even the Act, because the Act provide that all whistleblowers should be protected. But there was this anti-corruption commissioner publicly defect me. if it affects me, automatically the ragtag army of the fake degree holders, the ragtag army of the SLPP government, too, go take go pull close because they've expressed that because President Kampala don't give them the impression say the smartest man, anything we talk, he gets first pass on, and he's happy fight corruption. So when they fight against me, they all say, oh yeah, not true, not true, not true. So my impression was that this man don't really understand what they do. The man they try for put me life in danger. The man they try for hurt me, So I became a bit unsettled. Then again, I was encouraged by this, by the fact that even Ugandans, because by the end of the day, they felt offended. Where they say where University, Africa Graduate University,
No,
they
they can because we come up from Ye Dominion,
yeah,
we reach to Agu,
yeah,
then with all the
yeah.
unfolding.
So so that was how I felt that the first set of people that will support me in this fight, they were not Sierra Leoneans. Can you imagine? Now East Africans then. They were the first set of people. If you go na Radio Doshavel, na Germany, the website, they were there. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of posts. Everybody was so angry that no. This Agupi, not this minority they talk not true. What is this? So this foreigners then are the first embrace what they did. So there was no way again, where Kelfala will look at this and try for insulate with ideas.
The
say,
enemy. The enemy that you
now the enemy that I want fit. No, but I was disappointed that it violated the ACC Act because I should be protected. If not that side, if now America, I they enjoy life. Then they take me go now on disclosed location. Then they give me 5 hosts. Any 2 hour eat, then they give me. So so that was just how I felt. That was how I just felt.
So Ye Dominion here under the tree. Then from there we go Ago. Then we begin see press release after press release, back and forth, and to Usai within now we in paper, yes, the different institution in Nasa London see anybody we na Agu and all this other one them we not accredited to Sierra Leone. They're not for use down there as an advantage and they're not for being recognized or waiting safe. But we've never seen from the time we start this campaign to Saudi now, we don't see anybody we don't losing job because of this. Within our high places.
Well, the thing is, and that was where I don't become, extremely disappointed in President Bio. His Excellency, sir, if you listen to this message, you inaction with regards to this fake degree thing, are disappointed in the sense that I think say one of the biggest mistakes where I'm making in life, like for belief say, waiting President B.O.B. the talk when he was not yet president, Ebimina. Because the man who was campaigning to be president with all the brilliant ideas, it's no longer the man who is in power. Not to the style of governance, the way they react to things. Because fake degree is very cancerous. No matter how brilliant idea you get, you're not ever able to achieve them. We get fake degrees them around inside your government, especially in high places. No matter how much money you pump into the economy, no matter anything what you do, you're not go able. But wait till me they see somebody like MS when I just manager na NRA don't lost a job, whilst the commissioner we equally get fake degree in the anti-corruption commissioner can praise them and not lost in job. The chairperson NRA he get fake degree, and not lost in job. Because in the Western world, right? I don't think so. I think so. Something happened before on the right. I just coincide. Somebody did share something, and I read something around it. Where the minister of some, one minister, cabinet minister in Spain, resigned when he realized that in degree was, was fake, and at the same college, the same Commonwealth University, who side them people here, then directors there, then minister them, president be in government, who side them go get the degree. At the same side, but this minister, na Spain, and they back and go get one woman. But she resigned. He resigned. We realize, say, na fake.
So
Exchange
this
validate,
one where
yeah.
you dey persona we say resign. Some of the people them we get the fake degree, they say then a victim them. What thing you go say about that?
Big man no be, they're not a victim. They're not a
Why you say
victim.
that? Why
They
you
are
say they're not a
victim
victim?
because there are three types of people them where they get fake degree in a salon.
Okay, go ahead. Tell we
Right.
the different
Yes.
people them.
You get the one them where I consider, the how they call it, the visa students them.
Okay.
The visa students them, and then for example, then they go na Ago or sit down at their own design degree for them where they can don't win DV, or they want to go for visa interview. They take them degree, then they present them for visa, whether they succeed now or they not succeed, it left to them. And Mohammed and Babangura they collect some $5,000, some 3,000, some 4,000, depending on the mood where you meet them. Some they pay $5,000, $6,000 for they just design a fake Africa Graduate University degree give you, especially for the under where they win DV. Let them use them for let them go, let them succeed in them, visa them, let them go. Or some way one go overseas, don't gain sweet salon, one go other side, then they forge for they pay 10 grand, depending on how you meet a normal. They give you this forged degree, you use them, you apply for go do masters now, if not Australia, if not Canada, if not this. But since the Western world then get a verification process, then nobody targets the inside and then. Beside them be the targets now, salon people then be the targets now with a fake degree then a salon, then be the target Malaysia, then be the target Singapore, then be the target China, Russia, the other side. So when they go there now, then we get a journey degree now. Automatically they don't use that journey degree, then get say na Malaysia for cover the fake degree we then get from salon. So it will be very difficult for trace them later on. If they can walk back in a salon, they already now all thing then go present. Now waiting that the degree then gets overseas, now then go present. Then you get the one then now where I consider them toll gates, the toll gate students them. The toll gate student then are the pay and pass. Tollgate students, an examples of the tollgate student, the leader of government business or the majority leader in the parliament, Matthew Sanyuma, na tollgate students. Ambrose Sovula, when I was Inspector General of Police, na tollgate students. You don't see tollgates, that hasty tollgates.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where you pay, the
You
gate
pass.
okay, not to so you pass, not to
Yes.
so
Mhm.
good. And how then they recruit the tollgate student them. For example, now we take Matthew Newman. No, so I say Matthew Newman. Now we take the clerk of parliament,
Okay.
Umar, Umar Parantarawali in parliament. In your big brother, Colonel, Masakoy, Ilogima Masakoy, where President Bio appoint go na the Africa Union as Sierra Leone defense attaché. You understand, eh? He gets a fake degree from Africa Graduate University. Na tollgate, na pay. Then Giam. Then he gets a PhD from there. Na pay, then Giam. In this massacre, in Parantarali, they are brothers, family, blood brothers, cousins. So now massacre, na introduce, Parantarali to Mohammed Yamba Bangura, and then negotiate with Mohammed Yamba Bangura, dish out the degree, masters and PhD, the Parantarawali. So these are tollgate students. How then they recruit? Now you not just open. So when they don't they in position of trust, then they can mix themselves. This position where they right now for like consolidator, you get for try for get PayPal.
Because Nadande, I want to know why, even though some people don't attain a position, Why do they have to go this route? Forget more title to the name. Now ain't gonna make them able to secure the position, or what to make you? What do you feel say make them then so desperate? Is it that this administration focus on people with title? That's why these people are really desperate and go all kind way forget this title them.
What? There has always been this fallacy. I call it fallacy because it is untrue. I know they try to play the tribal card now, yeah. But the most educated Sierra Leonean, in fact, I would say the most educated man on earth, na Timni man. When Professor Abdul Karim Bangura, with 5 hard-earned classroom PhDs, and he has written over 100 books and over 700 journal articles. He's my mualimu, right? But we get this myth where we always get in a salon, they say, Mendeman lek book. SLPP na bookman party. I don't know if you ever come across them what they are. SLPP na bookman party, Mendeman lek book. So, growing up, I remember, there was this DO district officer. This DO been there alter in the boast na village, say in a bookman. So there was going to be a verification exercise na the community. So central government send people them for can do verification. We see that party pack in bag. That party left that tongue. They left the people that don't arrive, we tell them let them wait for him. We see the man go inside house. Now that man they go pass there. Take to this very minute where they talk, so nobody knows that again. And not again. Because all the degree they tell we, say he gets, it don't turn out for be say he falls. So these people be just one waiting and they say keeping up appearances. I don't know if Funa don't watch that show. I think it was in the UK with them the show keeping up appearances. Because yes, true, SLPP na bookman party during the days of Pakaba. Because this na Pakaba in time, the SLPP we been the SLPP really been believing technocrats them, and you see nasty, it's all them the big institution them. President Kaba look at in time, their war been day, war just done, but look at what he achieved compared to what President Bio achieved. You go really know say these people, the SLPP that existed during the days of Pakaba, this is not the SLPP. But what they want to do, they try for keep up appearance with the myth or the crazy talk, say, oh, yes, me own people there, we own people there, because no matter how it be, I need to try for play the tribal card now, but we get that idea, me growing up. I not say for any other person, me growing up, me people always tell me, say, you for Lambuk, because you people learn, the people in the Lambuk, the textbook, and SLPP, the bookman taxi. Me they grow up at the that. So most of them people here, then just decide for calm and take up positions then, thinking that by insulating themselves with them big position they are, with them big title they are, then they go give them an edge. And it's not like that. And when they don't insulate themselves now with their fake degree, they became G3 anytime when they see anybody with genuine degree. Anytime they see anybody with genuine degree, they become jittery. Then they become antagonistic, then they hate you, then they do everything for make sure that they put you down. And that was, for example, now that they happened, in me own experience, and to a point whereby Ben Duda Sama, when I had the Minister of Social Welfare, was on tape. They recorded for me. Was on tape. When Ben do the talk, say Dr. Lai not to Ria Mende, because Maria Mende, you no go do this to we. But Ben do, if you listen to this wire, it's not about crime. It's about we country. Fake degree holder, where fake degree holder the damaged country. The impact.
Yeah. Now there I want
make. They just go to one tribe.
I want make you reach the quick.
They affect everybody.
What's in? Give me 3 dangers of fake degree holders. Give me 3 dangers.
One, the first danger where fake degree where fake degree they get is that it puts an unnecessary burden Now focus on the education sector first. It puts an unnecessary burden on the genuine, academic institutions, degree awarding institutions, them, in the sense that then universities then get for the struggle now for retaining, because when you recruit students, you suppose for retainer. Then they find it difficult for recruit and retain. Then they find it difficult for recruit and retain. And when the situation then they happy, you know, they see say the universities then they lost the money, then they lost money where they forget, you know, then they lost money where they supposed to forget. And the second impact is this that you know the within the same one is that the universities then now they begin to compete with the vanity or with the fake degree mills, in the sense that somebody go just sit down no more, see that student they don't suffer himself, student they didn't at college, they all of a sudden it decides say okay, I'm not able for continue again with this mainstream education, say na FDC, la just go na AGU. And how they fake degree people here then they do, then they position themselves in a way whereby then students, the way they give them the degree, the students they know they suffer for get job. Now we take Mohamed Yabba Bangura under this first example, for instance. FBC legitimate student and they come on FBC they know they get job. Mohamed Yabba Bangura impressed effect in way say he become the principal of the civil service training college. And at that same civil service training college day, now it puts the Africa Graduate University. So when they give degree then now to an AGU students them, being the principal of the civil service training college, with an extra money where you go if you pay them, more or less, Mohamed and Babangura they get in your way for recruiting into the civil service. So they say there are more, the possibility for let an AGU join the civil service was higher than the possibility for make an FBC graduate join, the civil service. So the second impact is that it destroyed the reputation of the country itself, in the sense that Sierra Leone was known then that okay, where Britain been can colonize, the Anglophone Africa, now FBC, in fact, Naina the oldest university in Africa, of Western Western education in terms of the formal Western UK based type of education. So with such a name already we don't make now the world, then all of a sudden, we see that standards are falling. When I look at FBC, for instance, right, the name Sierra Leone in name say anthems of British West Africa and at the Center for Britain for Western Learning here and there. Now just an empty kerosene rubber. So this fake degree thing just don't confirm say Sierra Leone don't lost in status. Not the world ranking for FBC go there around 10,000, if they count colleges then at the world. But this was the first in Africa, right up to 1975.
Okay.
Right, a degree awarded by FBC was equivalent to a degree up to 1961 award. That a degree Durham University in the UK and FBC, then they award the same degree. For instance, now we take Ernest Bai Koroma, His Excellency former president, in degree now FBC, but not Durham University, na them credentials they, right? There you take Victor Fo, na Durham University, na them credentials, na them they, because the quality was so high that Oxford and Cambridge, then they send them the student then within at the education department for the teaching practice, practicals, na FBC for can work day, right? Lecturers will be the lecture na FBC right on to 1960, not 1961, but 1960. Then they go on exchange. Then they come out na FBC, lecture na FBC, come out FBC, go Oxford, Cambridge, go lecture there, and come back. So that was the quality of education we've been get. That was the thing what we been get. If he didn't but Davis Nicol, yes, I'm not going to in personal life because he was not a good man. But in terms of education, it left in your name. Crowder and all the other one they passed through FBC, then left their your name. But what a fake degree don't do now. Because the fake degrees they will for expand the definition for law will include even those degrees that are awarded by FBC, whereby because they are all the PhDs them between 2010 we may focus on from 2010 to 2022 right now while they talk to you where they award na FBC out of every 10 na one green one na not to plagiarized PhD. The 9 all na plagiarized PhD. That's 2 na fake degree. Because how you go submit a PhD dissertation? Say for example, you supervisor will supervise you for a PhD in FBC. They know themselves. If they listen, they know what they talk to right now. But I get for enter inside FBC, right? You your supervisor for you your PhD, doctor of philosophy, na master's holder. A master's holder. Now you supervise you. You do a PhD in political science. Now master's holder where they teach accounting at IPAM, now you supervise you. They look at the caliber of the way we supervise you. If not maybe students, then I know they it goes very difficult for like and B. It go between CD, no more credit, or pass CPU, credit or pass or based on the Sierra Leone grading system or AGI and D or AGI and E. Can you imagine? A man like that, then they go supervise a PhD degree. Right? Somebody defending PhD Tuesday. Results come out. Sorry, defending in this what they call it Viva Voce. It defend in PhD dissertation inside on Thursday. And in supervisor not supposed for the inside day. If he inside the self for certain month and observe. But the supervisor ain't go inside, they go answer all the questions them where the dissertation committee they ask the student. The person don't defend in dissertation though on Thursday. Friday results come out say he pass. Then he graduate on a Saturday. It's never possible. Albert Einstein said when Albert Einstein, if he be doing PhD, they go surely give and time for do corrections. Because it's not ever possible that you defend your PhD, nobody not recommend say do corrections. It's not possible. Yes, few people in there, Nash. Nash. When I in the papa now one of the papa then they for economics. And we out with we draw physics inside economics. Nash able to do them. John Nash he be able to do them. But it's difficult. Even myself when we are prolific in writing. It's not possible. They just submit a dissertation. They not tell you say do correction. It's not ever possible. But now FBC me they see dissertation. If you see the abstract of the one of the dissertation they within my desk. If you see the abstract of the dissertation, you read that you go up candle, they see nothing. Then now same people here. Now then they lecture. Say for example, Idriss Oteman Kamara with the lecture now is by Kuruma. He gets a PhD in public health. In dissertation, we write in topic on education as human right. In public health, we get for do with hospitals. We get for do with the management of the health sector. Now human rights education. Now I go write dissertation. The abstracts don't make no sense to me. Then they not to fail they fail them. If not me or student, nobody know they are the weapon in it.
Okay, so you give me the danger.
Then
the third one.
Then the third one is this. The third one, nobody no need for tell you anything. Everybody they feel right now inside Bako. Waiting the happens to the today with your economy. Waiting the happen the today so where every strategic department, ministry, instead president being government, either the deputy na fake degree holder or the boss na fake degree holder. What you go expect? What you go expect in terms of the the petrochemical industry, where the executive chairman na Petroleum Regulatory Agency na fake degree holder. Wetin you go expect for road safety and everything we get for do with the management of public safety, public, the roads that would they use everything. Way Smart Senesi, when I the executive director, na fake degree holder. Wetin you go expect for let we tourism industry grow, where the person, where when I the minister they na fake degree holder. How you go expect for learner seat able feed into the economy? Then they collect tax. What side the tax they go, we don't know. Where the overall boss when are the chairperson na fake degree holder. And the commissioner we get when I in charge of the large tax department, the biggest department for collect the biggest amount where they collect the biggest amount of money for government, na fake degree holder. Which you go expect for see inside we country whereby you get an advisor, chief advisor to president, when na anti-corner because Gilpin, when I the managing director na Rokel Commercial Bank, get fake degree, and this Gilpin grab, they go rent anti-corner in Os. Anti-corner don't turn canker worm. They defend Gilpin. President not for shake am. How we not go expect let we currency not continue for depreciate because Rokel Commercial Bank, mind you, after Bank of Sierra Leone, for me I would say is the biggest, even big past Sierra Leone commercial bank. But the overall boss na fake degree holder. So what you not go expect for C, whereby the bank governor not get fake degree, but they work with fake degree holders and in the defend fake degree, the bank governor Professor Calon, they defend the kite Wikipedia page, they can't defend fake degree holders. Which one I go expect? So the number 3 reason, now everybody they feel inside, they feel so right now.
Okay.
With all this yam.
Our law kinds of agriculture. Because then they tell you say, oh, right now things they're expensive and take we waiting inside agriculture with the minister and the story behind contacting your brother and all those things. Tell we small bar.
Okay. This minister of education, this minister of agriculture,
yeah.
Yes, Abu Karim, na nurse, he do nothing as a degree na Kent University na the UK.
Okay.
But say what you don't do nursing degree. You get exam, the national exam where you for take, where you for pass before they give you the license for operate as a nurse, not also.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You not be able to pass that final exam there. So what he do? He get the nursing degree, but what he end up do? He go work as mortuary attendant for what's demand them. Now that work they do in England. Abu Karim na diamond be the was na England. So when President Bio can win this win here now, they were friends before now, but if we don't fake President Bio already say he get a doctorate. Then a doctor in way, they appoint her as advisor for agroeconomic investment, blah blah blah. Then President later on appoint her deputy minister. Then he affects the minister, a pull up. Because now one thing, fake degree holders, they are always competitive. They're always competitive. Take for example, when me get me joining degree, when they call me, say Kana State House, I no bother. Whether password say they'll be okay, I want give them time, let them do it in for do. I was not duty for say how are they wait to now they waste me. Them no. But fake degree holder, where they appoint Abu Karim as deputy minister, effective password and sack the minister. Now you're at school. Now they make a full minister. When they don't make a full minister now, this man no say I don't begin there because now one thing the man do. Now remember one thing the way them be where FAO been come can do a study on hunger na salon. The man, the data we give, everything was just too confusing. If I go back early this year, we I decide for blast, FAO. I blast enough one. I say the data, I say look at the statistical calculation and everything. I say it is very wrong for una get the same type of information for every district relying on a data we're very faulty. The data, the error, the marginal error was 100 over 100. Not to see nobody was able to account for the for account for the marginal error. So I said that data was wrong, and that was not how you go actually engage within exactly the happen within the food security industry. So that led me to investigate him. And I realized that immediately after that study day, where FAO pool, where I ask them say, now the minister himself, now in really sit down with the people them, now in doctor that particular, findings they we give them that false data day. I say, well, this is bad. Not just bad for we country, but also bad for President Bill. Because if na that kind man where they sit down no more, he say, yeah, na 30 people they will interview, yeah, na 40 people. It's not possible. Then within a demography of Freetown, you take the same amount of people, then every community 100 houses them. It's not go possible. If I able get the type of thing, who that you interview? Also you interview them. Who the people that you interview? Who's part them they? Waiting at the earning capacity. Waiting exactly then they do for a living. Then they support government. Then they against government. You look at the south side and they live. Waiting at the the postcode, or if not a postcode survey area, na sport road then they, na kuntolo then they, na bay then they, na slum then they live, na garetos then they live. I say all them dynamics then they. That is not how. I say the best way you go able to gauge down there, you go take the food security question, you insert them into the national population census. Whether they do national population census, then go ask that particular question about food security. I've written a book about it, on food insecurity, where I try for Lincoln with pandemics, and it was published 2 years ago or 1 year ago by Routledge, under the title State Fragility. In Africa, we're not to just Salono. I do 46 countries in Africa where I study the trend of food security. Where I get this book, I write it with a Ghanaian colleague. Now me I write a book there, and where I say Routledge, Albert Einstein, where they say 9 sense person. This one was I publishing book then I didn't publish that book there for me. So not to fake book. I did talk about Naya. So that thing they prompt me for let I begin do me investigation on Abu Karim.
Yeah,
and the
Minister
thing
of
turned out for
Agriculture.
BC, yes, of agriculture. Turned out for BC the man, even the nursing degree self he gets, and not be able to pass the final exam, we make it end up go work as mortuary attendant. And not be working at hospital. If they work in a mortuary, also then they wash their man, then they change their man clothes, wipe them. And that man, the nine President Bio can put for control with economy. Right now, also then they call how they call this place here, say Fusai Sierra Leone, then get they say President Bio be talk about the farming activity where they take place. Tomabom, right now you go to nothing all the day. Now hide them. Right now, una come up BME, una go na Tomabom, let una see the performance of Tomabom. Everything, every plant sleep and dry day. The place is unkept. So if you want to achieve food security, you can forget the right man. So the man became G3 and tried to contact me brother through Inyom brother. They tell me, say, do ya make a pipe down, make a forget about her now. This one. I say no. I say I'm not gonna forget about you. I said because there are so many reasons why I cannot forget about you. I say you're not just incompetent, you are also a very wicked man. You can't believe it. That man in family house. Half bag rest. Now I can go day. December. He said that in the family for it for the whole of December till January till New Year done. Half bag rest. A minister of agriculture, half bag rest. So even within your family, people are mad, they are angry, they don't let them, they hate them. Then that kind of man then day where they go give your household half bag rest. How you expect that man for provide for the whole country? And I go do them. So now only the pauper people, only the people, even within the SLPP, if you are not pauper, if you're not then at the militant group of if not to President Bio, nobody else. If you're not to pauper, they even survive under this kind minister where we get. And there's one thing where people they fail to understand. You see, balanced diets, plus the way they eat, they go a long way for determining how they think. If they eat balanced diet, 10 chances go always they say you are mentally not all right. Either you depressed, either you always not feel happy, either they even get sense. We need, because the K car, when I know the calories, where you they calculate them. Also, then they all are put on a book where I calculate them for all African countries, where I suggest, say, this is the amount of dietary intake where every Sierra Leonean for take for make we go defeat the problem of food insecurity na Africa. But Sierra Leone not even able to reach 0.0% of waiting really we need, because this was something we calculated. We used people then with one set of we study group. They were given just one set of food. Then the other set of people, they were given different sets of food where before say they get a balanced diet. We turn out for be say after where we don't feed them, they rely on this food here so for just 1 week. We decide for put them to a test. Then when they will eat balanced diet, then get stamina, they're able to think fine and they're able to act well. Then when they will just rely on just one set of food when a carbohydrate, they're not able to perform. So we reach to the conclusion saying it is because for fight fragility also get for do with food security. And when you do food security, you suppose for do them in a way whereby not just for promote rest normal always, but now we get a structure in place whereby say the Ministry of Agriculture will go to the people and tell them say the idea say if you don't eat rice, you don't eat it is wrong. Now look now we don't promote this other set of food. Let them able try for do a study, look at the people who are malnourished, try for recommend different type of food for them and everything. But you're not going able to get that in a situation where they say the minister is incompetent. The minister put a fake degree aside. He's incompetent. You don't even know. That man they go lie to him mama say in a medical doctor. They go lie to him mama say in a medical doctor in England. He can't tell President Bill say he get a PhD in the agricultural economic sector. Discipline. So we then kind of as thing there so where they take place, he will still say, no matter what, whether the one that Ukraine happy no, not happy no, waiting happen at the agricultural sector soon as salon was bound to happen with the likes of was bound to happen under President Bill with the likes of the caliber people the way he put. From State House now, go to the Ministry of Agriculture because the man, because of his fake degrees, always antagonistic. They listen to nobody, and when you carry a brilliant idea, you ain't don't turn enemy. Within the ministry, people and they with brilliant ideas, they don't wait that man they don't turn enemy right now. So the people in back don't decide for take a back seat. Then they talk. So how you expect for let the country go before? How you expect for let we get ideas? Them come on, we not live in a drought. In let we say na Chad, na this alone been or let we say northern Mali or the other side and in the Sahel, where for say drought always say na Somalia, where sometimes can take 5-6 years rain or come. All man for be don't die in a saloon. But we day in the tropics, fertile, the land fertile, rain they come in abundance. Although we didn't destroy them by logging timbers, we're not supposed to do. And President Biop did promise that he was not going to log timbers when he become president. But now we don't overlog to a point whereby, even with animals, them don't begin they left Salone, then they head towards Liberia, then they go towards Guinea. If animal not there for graze the field, that poop where then the poop not there for fertilize the ground. The ground they become infertile. The ground they lost a nutrient because now we plant that plants they get flower. That flower and they attract honey. Where the honey become the honeybee they can pollinate them. Without pollination, they able get anything for grow. Remember, every foodstuff started off as a flower. So if they don't they cut with forest them, don't they cut everything, then they cut stick, then they watch if whether only be they up there, then just they cut. So if every food they fly, they start off as a flower. If that flower they not get, because we not get that wand, the one they will get farmed, then get that wand where then they put the wand so where the wand they shake the tick, they pollinate them. Now natural pollination, I make God give you the honeybees. But now they are no longer in Sierra Leone. The honeybees, they all don't fly off because of deforestation. But the Minister of Agriculture now gets a competency for advise government for saying, no, logging has to stop. Whatever money they make from logging, if we focus on agriculture, we will get that money, they will harvest and sell But competence in a day. They feel saying now when you plant the honeybee, that ant, that fly no get no role for play. Come on. It's a chain. Now we they up, now we the motamande, now we they up now the food chain. But we even need, that bacteria where they see with the eye. Because they get a role for playing at the ecosystem. But if the ecosystem don't be like I be there today, we just the overlog what we plant, we know they even know the type of fertilizer what they put, we just they carry they say fertilizer and fertilizer we put and they. By the end of the day, the plants will grow, but we don't kill that particular ground day for make we go use because fertilizer we rest go use go be different from the fertilizer we corn they use. So you see, but we not get when we get a fake degree holder. Now this all they happen. Then the man decide forget a got. He go entice me, brother, through in your brother, for let them talk to me, make I go take $15,000 for make I set me mods. Come on. I take that money, then I fire they put inside me belly. I take that money, they don't automatically I not build that be again. Because I mean mama raised me up. I grew up with me mama. I grew up with me mama. From 1996, 1997 to 2014, my mama was always my own person. My papa and people, and then been get me up to the time we Johnny Paul they overthrow. Right around that 10 day, okay, before they overthrew, that was before President Kaba before Mother Bio hand over to President Kaba. Now 10 day, me papa and people and then get me, but other than that, now me mama and people and them been get me, and then continue for take me now, go. Which date are the coffees they take the assets? Oh, it don't take too long. Yeah, because 1993, 1994. Yes, and that 10 day I transferred to me to 1994. Yes, not transferred to me, mama and people then. So from where I born to 1993, I been to me papa inside. So you see, me and mama was a disciplinarian. Doctor.
So with all the digging what you don't do, who's one really you don't the hope say just hope say this person get it right. Where at the end of the day it turn out for be false. Who's one really I go say shock you or no ever shock you?
Well, I don't in academia for too long, and one thing is I go announce name say yes I'm investigating you. I get for do a thorough thing, and I get for put the dots to a point where I even get for trace URLs. I get for trace the source. I get for because some people in dissertation and they in English, but seriously speaking, this dissertation as somebody then pay we interpret the original actually was written in French. Then go call person interpret everything into English. So we have to end if they put and through turn it in, if they check for plagiarism, and in a French, this is English, physically turn it in, not able to catch that. So I do me own feasibility study, but not shock me. Not shock me because I know. Not shock me because I know the type of country where we dey, where before say people don't sell their soul to the devil for just this earthly gain. How much you go get where you do fake degree? Then you big money. Nothing not shock me. But waiting. I go say not to amount to shock. It's to amount to how they call them, to disappointments now the inaction of President Bio and the way how they don't try for police, the way how they you don't allow in supporters and for politicize this whole fight.
Because I know I'm rich now. Since we the round up, like from the start of the fight to Usai we did now. I think on the first month it begets the brouhaha and even social media. Even right now it gets them, but there as useful day. Because Ususai Parliament don't set up a committee side and put Dr. Kande Kolem Kela, but right now we no say get bearing. We no say them they call say for extend the time and not for extend the time and waiting. So we don't know what in that committee they do right now. We get for canto, we for can't tell we waiting the no fair not in all these areas. When the suicide ACCF say well let people get internal audits for do credential check and then anybody with them feel say whatever then canto then they can't tell them. So we don't see this. We don't suicide ACC now one or two way they don't pull that one for an asset where they say, oh Ibrahim sorry, for user and what's not. So whose side is fair against fake degree they lead? I'm not saying that you don't can say the president, because from the start to Saudi now, has it yielded anything that you were looking for?
Well, yes, it don't yield something. It don't create a social reawakening of Sierra Leoneans. Not to today. The political reawakening is not there because the SLPP focus on one thing, that this particular fight where they fight, it's about them not winning 2023 election. But it don't lead to social reawakening. Now somebody may just come with title, can give them, can bluff them. The first thing for students, then they accuse you immediately, say Dominion, yeah, you're Dominion. So then they go force you now, you defend, say no, me not to Dominion. And you therefore provide reasons to the people them for say yes, indeed, not to Dominion, yeah. You know. Then another thing again where as you say this fight don't generate is that it don't really open up the minds of every Sierra Leonean law able to locate the problem and try for tell the government, especially, you know, the liar in chief. I call him liar, lyman in chief. When Keketoma Sandi, when spokesman to president, he's my brother. I love him so much. He still remain a brother because I mean, grew up in Brookfields, or at least the earlier part of we adult life in Brookfields. You know, we get mutual friends. Then Dindi, Lamin Kake, we all Nami, Nami Ombuzom before he be even before he go England for go study in Holborn, law school, So but now I don't become the chief liar in liar in chief, as spokesman because all in talk the way they talk about waiting at the problem, waiting at the problem. No. The problem the problem not to him, but the solution now we want see now. For begin to blame Ukraine for what happened in 2021, for begin blame Ukraine for what happened in 2019, for begin blame Ukraine war for what happened in 2018 when President Bill become president, for begin blame COVID, for yes, COVID getting impact. It's a global thing. But the question we to ask ourselves is why make we get government in place for situations like this? Now, for situations when there is a shock, you forget the caliber of people them within. Let them go able to create a forecast because in the Western world that is what they do. When I was, working for advising government, providing, so many, so much policy related, workforce through consultancies and everything. Then they predict, say, okay, because COVID, they not predict COVID, but then predict the eruption of pandemic, say within the US system, So then decide for put structures then in place for address the problem, right? Ebola don't come, for instance. So we don't know, say, the morbidity, the mortality rate, and the way the trends, how 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 disease, for instance, how disease that affects Salomon is tied to food security. Homes homes that were not food secure at the time of Ebola, they suffer more deaths because where food not then they be the first them for go na street, for go fair food, we make them become infected. But homes that were food secure or relatively secured in terms of there no need for do so much things, then you go see say they became less affected in terms of the number of deaths, fatalities that we then get within their household. So if we don't get a competent somebody, so now we don't know now say, for fight COVID, for fight everything, food security now you for target, you know, and how you go fight that again? You get for make sure say your ministry with in charge of lands and country planning understand say there should be a limit because forest now the home of the animal, and the animal they are vectors. Now then they carry the virus where, for example, the bat them and the monkey, the baboon them, and then they carry, then zoonotic, filoviruses them. We say they get, dengue, you get Ebola, you get all the other, zoonotic type of viruses there. So let the forest be the home of the animals. But if you don't go, you don't log tail, you don't cut tick tail, you don't enter inside the forest, you don't begin to go build host inside forest. Automatically, you don't come into contact with the animal. So automatically, what do you think the animal they do? They come like you city, can create homes. I make it see arata them plenty in our city because the forest will forbid their home. We don't go invade the. But if we get a competent people, them we for say they know waiting that they left from there, right? We go able to know what to do. So what me they try for say now is that we don't strive for say the problem to the solution they within. The problem, politicians they always be the hide them because they feel say by fighting against fake degree, for instance, it will make them lost election. No. If person able think, able understand, waiting at the contribution, because that will fake degree that way you sack them, where it go. Now in family no more they suffer. And within in family itself, most of them are bad. For example, Abu Karim when a minister of education, so when Abu Karim when a minister of agriculture, within your own family, a contest election, they are the beat them in terms of likeness. Because they're not like within family. So if you sack Abu Karim, now no more go feel them. But if you sack Abu Karim, you carry somebody with competent. Or within the civil service, you weed out all the 5,000 plus fake degree holders them. You recruit fresh people them. We get the competency. You don't win them over. You don't win their family over. You don't win the country over. Then go let you more. There will be no need for a second round. President Biafra just don't win this election. Easy as that. But the fake degree holders, they impress upon and say, no, don't do it. John is trying to get back at you. But I'm not trying to get back at them. Free po better past tight gentry. If President Bio, if them be appoint Mr. President, now they make God do them that way because Motaman can propose, God can dispose. Sometimes they for don't arrest me for treason. Because for begin my look President Bio, I tell her say pa, this policy already before you so na big full policy. That policy already before you so na Christmas policy. That policy already before you so throw him. That other policy run away from him. Sometimes they go say me don't fit here pa. Because David Francis say me not sabi talk to big man. But what are three there for come for me country? And they talk the truth. Kill me no more. So we don't know. So there has been a social reawakening. People in a salon don't know still the root cause. It's no longer about Ukraine. It's no longer about this war. Because salon politicians they wait right now. They only listen. And so that strike be happening. That Kenya ba. They don't take an outside over all our social media. You see, Kenya and themselves, then they protest. Then they protest for food. And protest for food in Kenya, but there is one thing we differentiate the Kenyan protest with the Salon protest. The Kenyan protest, nobody does not arrest. Because then police boss not to fake degree holder. It's not the responsibility as a police officer. You know exactly what they do. You know exactly what they do as how they call ourselves. You know exactly what they do. That your rule. So the people we are protected. Them protest, nobody no bonus. But we don't fake degree holder. When he go, when I'm Bruce Ovula, when I'm Inspector General of Police, he intimidate, he arrest people, and that's the funny thing. Because Salon does not host an international conference, a continental conference, where before say every African country, one way or the other, was present in Freetown. We then talk on women issues, reproductive rights, and talk about human rights, and talk about this one. Within 52 hours after that conference, they done. And so arrest women, they lock them. Whenever they want to see, when they slap that woman publicly. If in another country, even like Ghana, the Inspector General of Police and the sack for that, if not Ghana, the woman the way they arrest, how many of them demand police their finger? Because finger na the common form of rape na salon. Whether they rough the woman, then they lock them in a cell. How many of them they will smell salon police them, they will man police them? How many of them put their hand them and the woman and then tin them? How many of them duck hand inside there? How many of them finger the woman and they? So forget it, right? Not a magic. We just get for fight this. And me, they tell Salon Fambul them. President Bio, I supported you for your own sake. My mama died 2014. Afraid for cancer alone because of what I be do to APC. Say something what can and can't jail me. Now 2019, 5 years after my mama died, now I see my mama in grave. Now this same President Bio, now don't turn out to be a disappointment. Now he don't turn out to be a disappointment. A disappointment in the sense, look at how he's running the country, protecting, because of people are so, protecting fake degree holders. Working with them, comfortable. If they go international conference, he go Qatar. He go with, Abu Karim, Minister of Agriculture. Keketoma was on TV. He say Minister of Agriculture go sign several agreements them. That is not competence, Mr. President. That is not competence. That is not how you rule a country. That is how you rule to fail. But that is not how you rule to succeed. So I'm just too disappointed, and I'm super disappointed. But I'm not gonna make a run away from SLPP. I'll remain SLPP. But just that confidence that President will go ever succeed, not lie. If anybody can put me, I tell her. Don't tell him, bruh. I don't talk him. I don't send private message to him. I say, if anybody tell me say you go succeed, then they go be the other miracle where they suppose where they forbid write the Bible, but they forget. Say now in Jesus perform. You, Mr. President, you succeed. Then they now Jesus in your miracle, then they but not be Adam and the Bible they forget. Because there is no way this man go succeed with this kind of people the way they are around us, seriously speaking. So, yeah, there are a few genuine ones. Okay. There are a few clever ones. Mm-hmm. Seriously, there are a few clever ones. And one of the clever ones that we go always cite, whether Salomon like it or not, Nainada Timothy Kaba. He's young, dynamic, and they follow him, read them secretly. That's why they confess today so publicly. He is clever. The way how he be meet the petroleum agency, how he put her in place. Now, Brahma Balua Kuruma, with another petroleum regulatory, it don't rubbish the place. The ministry where they make him, as minister. They read all the policy directives. They get communication with people. Them, how then they follow even the Kimberley Protocol. How everything they go in place. The man is just smart. If only we get in type, all of them, all in type inside President Bio in government. President Bio they succeed. President Bio they succeed. But for me, say President Bio, Timothy Kaba is just one. But you don't need one of them. You need all of them for let them go be the Timothy Kabas of President Bio in government. But looking at it right now, yes, David Senge was someone I respected, but, I loved him as a brother, but he was rude, cantankerous, but I always tell and say, it is not Harvard that makes someone. It is not MIT that makes someone. We not attend MIT, we not attend Harvard, but I write books, and my books are I write law book, I write book in human rights related issues, and it is in the library of Harvard University and Law School. Right, I write book in public health on pandemics. They inside Harvard University, then School of Public Health, then library. I don't attend it, but this is me. So it is the individual who makes education. But Senge with Harvard and MIT, if he'll say it don't arise, but that's okay. That's his own personal way. But even within the Ministry of Education, right? Even within the Ministry of Education, top civil servant and did it. We get fake degrees. I even call one. So our President Biogo talk about free quality education, where the one that we give the responsibility for implementer among them fake degree holders. Then they you cannot give what you don't have. President Bio, you cannot give what you don't have. Those fake degree holders, they're not going to deliver what they not get. They get fake education. So now fake policies, then now fake strategies, then they go give. Sit down, where they go to office. Half of the day na woman business, the other half of the day na politics. Then go home, then tired, just the pass and give Belena street all over the place,
You cannot give what you don't have.
Seriously, that is it. You cannot give what you don't have. When you get full and fully they give. When you get sense they give. What do you expect?
Okay. So what you want left for we for this? This now just first of the conversation. We'll go get many one in the future. What you want left with we for tonight?
Well, what I want left with you before we all go to bed is this. They want kill me. This I'm not making it up. They want kill me. They want kill me. They bolted of operation or the operation we failed in London. That was a near miss. They really miss me. You know,
Okay.
it was just a close call. But they're not stoppable. They're not tired. So Salon people therefore understand. Say another message again is that even if God in will say they will succeed for kill me, because I don't know waiting in the plot right now and then guy ready what's not for this next election. They're ready for spending money. So if they succeed for kill me, do your Salon people them? Una not forget una country. Una not forget Salon. Are the wandering country this way where we all get. Una not allow politicians for in your greed for destroy una. Then you that young man when they send on social media for can cost me. Understand say yes, you depressed right now. You frustrated and most of una, you know, una transition from the civil war. The war end 22 years ago. So una go there in una 30s, una 40s. So una meet up the trauma of the war. But I believe say una for ask President Bio make it provide free clinical psychological support to every Sierra Leonean. I know say una they go through so much. So for a 1,000 euros, so they give you, they say go cost Dr. John Idriss Lahai. You go one can cost me. But remember, before that politician give you that 1,000 for can cost me, or before you look at your country say Salon is all about SLPP, ask yourself, you mentally all right? If you're not mentally all right, not to power papas you be Chris man before you seek clinical psychological support. Even with man country, everybody they seek come. For every small thing will happen, you will place will send you say go meet go meet a psychologist. Let them talk you out of it. Una learn for break the silence. Una learn for the communicate. Una learn for the participate. Make we country the type country where before say everybody go love. Now me own part no more they play. Yes, I don't make so many enemies, but then they don't make me enemy. The one they want to make, but come on, this is just natural. Even God says when I God gets enemies. God gets enemies. So I don't expect to say I know we'll get enemies in this life, but una no put SLPP before Sierra Leone. SLPP go. SLPP was formed in the 1950s. Sierra Leone has been in existence for thousands of years, even before the Whitman then can catch them, capture them, then call them out, then call them, they elect it. So we country always there. We they go. If how we come now, so we they go. That politician will send you now ulpa. That politician will send you a big pass you, or if now you age group, remember, then go die, then go. We all go. We go left with picking them. The country where we left give them, now that country they then go continue for live in. Do ya una think of una picking them. Una think of God before una curse me. Una let we take this faith seriously. Let we not try for politicize this faith. If Kelsala want to talk anything, una tell her let's set him out. Una tell her let's set him out. Because he's not competent. He's protecting the fake degree holders. They are his friends. Now in party them, now then they work the type money they then they deal with. When they see it, fake degree holder they in this government with some their salary na 10,000, 100 million. Some then they give them 100 million, 10,000, dollars, 100 million for us rent. Government they pay rent for them, 100 million. Some 120. Some this one. Some then they get salary, benefit and everything, and then 200 million leons per month. When they see it, but they get fake degree. If them pull that fake degree come out, that 200 million they employ 4 people then. At least that 200 million, 50 million every year. Now know how many households go come up in poverty. Una not protect them fake degree holder, so una they can't cost me. Right now, are they in hiding? I don't run away. But also are they right now? I get light 24/7. Una where they send for car run after me, una not get light. So waiting at the ancestors now we they fetch for. Una turn una attention to the one day where they put una bien. They not like una. Yeah? So now me want than no more. Let God bless una and do ya. Let's allow Fambule una respect me wife. Una not going to bring me wife inside any kind of bad thing. he educated na salon na they do first degree na salon. Later on, he do a degree in peace studies, he do a law, now before he go overseas, go do, masters, then he go decide for do in law. Sorry, before he decide for do a PhD, So do you wanna respect my wife, wanna respect my private space, and we all go respect to self. And then they feel say if they cost me na man, if it cost me one time, I got the cost back. But I know they cost you bad cost. I will cost no more, for let you see yourself, also you don't want to see because you dey suffer, suffering don't come na your body, you face don't strong. They try for can cost me, they try for can cost me for the for fake degree holder. They try for can cost me for SLPP. What the SLPP don't do for buy cream for you, for let you rub na your face. Now you face it don't strong, you don't feel babu. So I will just tell you, say, look how you face strong. Some man then they were going to cause it, then get them face the fever dirty draws. But then they not to mean saying about it. I just want to let you realize yourself, say, now through this man they talk, because if at least, I also bear, I decide for question the one way where they can cause for. Sometimes me face go fine, I go fever, Beyonce. That time Dr. John will tell me say me face fever dirty draws. So now then no more salon fambule.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Dr. John Idriss Lahai.
Yeah. Okay, pa.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye, yeah. I want to say thanks to Dr. John Idriss Lahai for in time. I see when we start the program, a lot of people, they say, oh, they don't hear this before, they don't hear that day before. Me not be hear it. The only time why I don't listen to Dr. Johnny this live few times on his own personal page and when it is 98 and when it is AYV. So I think we hear him from him leaving the UK, the UK being they will go find him brother go salon. I see some people in Italic say they come later. We then can be asked what you do, what you not do, this and that. If you want back, go start Usai. We begin for talk with Dr. Johnny Idriss Lahai. Waiting it tell we you will they ask say, oh, why so if they give you the job, you know for be they do this. Well, until we see the first day we gonna status, now that they talk. Now that's it talk. But more especially when I ask him, say, waiting you want for left with we. Waiting you want for left with we. We all agree with you, say. I see some people they say, who that want for kill you? Please. Eh? Into it, eh? Not so. Or you be they think for ask him something where I know ask him. We give him space now. And the first thing this will get an eye. So you don't hear your explanation. But wait so because we get special guest now, the target for the stars for today, reach day. Waiting they go on. Eh? Waiting they go on. For the Mustafa Touré they ask, Ustem the Africanist press go day on this credible platform. Well, we don't get appointment a couple of times for make it there, but it not happen it. It not happen it, don't mean to say it not go happen. Because even Dr. Johnny Idriss Lahai, now possibly we don't contact before, but it can happen now and he's here. So we no say get for happen, but it not happen yet. Eh? You cannot give what you don't have. Hey! Eh? Waiting do. Doctors say because the president surround himself with people them we get fake degrees. There are a couple of mistakes where people they point out say the doctor make. Where when they say cancer loan, he say spend up to $7,000 for go. If them be so desperately need them, then for be don't cut ticket for her. Eh? FBK when a Francis Benkefala the other day, when Khadija did they say, well the whistleblower, he say, not to all man we go na social media na whistleblower. We not to everybody where they type a whistleblower. I think now one green person a block na today because it begin course. I make a block him. It begin course the doctor. Election they come. Election they come. Eh? Election they come. But the way how we they behave for the political party, we need to do more. Because when you check the profile, when you check the profile of the people the way they can cause. Come on. Okay. I think say Naso go left here today. Some people get for they can't look for we. Well, they not go see we. Whatever we do eat today, we need for digest them. That's how they left here. Okay.